I was flying a plane when a woman screamed from the cabin. "Oh my God, I need to speak to the captain right now." The flight attendant walked into the cockpit rolling her eyes. "That's the 17th time she's pressed the button. She insists on talking to you about an urgent safety concern." I had my co-pilot take over and walked back. She stood up and pointed at me in front of the whole cabin. "You're flying too high." My ears popped, and that only happens when you exceed legal altitude limits. "Ma'am, ears pop from normal pressure changes." She pulled out her phone and showed me a compass app. "This proves we're at 50,000 feet. That's a compass. You're lying to cover up your reckless flying. I demand you descend to 1,000 feet. That would put us through buildings. That's propaganda from big aviation to justify expensive fuel charges." She went back to her seat, but 5 minutes later, the flight attendant was back. The woman had written a formal complaint on napkins and gotten 3 other passengers to sign it by telling them we were in danger. One of the guys who signed it walked up to me. "Is it true we're flying illegally high?" I showed him the altitude on my tablet. That's exactly what someone flying too high would say. 20 minutes later, she hit the call button again. She had a tape measure pressed against the window. "Based on my calculations, we're at 70,000 feet. That's basically space. How are you measuring through a window?" "Special vision. Years of yoga." She stood up and announced she was making a citizen's arrest on me for reckless endangerment and walked toward the cockpit holding plastic zip ties she'd brought from home. The air marshal stepped in and she pointed at him. "You're in on it. You're all in the pocket of Big Cloud." She turned around and went straight for the emergency exit to let in ground-level air because the high altitude was making everyone stupid. A flight attendant tackled her before she reached the handle. We made an emergency landing in Dallas. As they walked her off, she demanded a drug test for me, specifically for altitude drugs. The cop asked what those were. "If you don't know, you're not qualified to arrest me." Her formal complaint is the last thing I'll ever frame. The pilot's refusal to fly lower proves he's hiding something, probably a second secret altitude.